Okay, so a lot of institutional orders came here on the gold and pushed us up, and then we were, this data here was really good. Is running out of juice, potential short here or a potential long. We can straddle this for a longer term play. What I'm doing at the moment is just looking at this putting a fib extension on here. So an entry short, you'd have a 236 aggressive entry or a 386 conservative entry. So I just want to adjust this a second and put 23.6. Be aggressive there at a 2927.9. 2927.9.
Order submitted.
Let's get rid of that. I'll click on it. My birthday month this month, and I know there's some special offers going out because it's my birthday. I'm officially now going to be closer to 60 than I am 50. So what I might do actually is going to go even more aggressive here. A lot more volume coming into the downside at this point. Just up the 15-minute zone there. It's not a great deal of risk to reward there. So I need a stop limit as a take profit in and around 2915.1. 2915.1 and a 2915.0. Stop limit 1 buy. Oh no, cancel. It's got to be the other way around. 0 1 buy.
Order submitted.
So I put a sort of take profit. You see this pivot here, around about there, which is in this 15-minute zone. Probably prefer the long, not using the bias depth heat map here. What I'm seeing is big confluence resistance here after this big move up. And just straddling it for a long or a short. I do want to put sell order on up here, then I'm just going to let it go. 2968.6. So with a stop limit, you have a limit price and you have a stop price. If you're going to sell, the stop price has to be below the limit price. Okay. So we're going to go a 2968.7 for the limit. And then a 2968.6. 2968.5, and the sell. So that's like your
order submitted.
Take profit. Okay. So your stop market is your entry, and we're straddling that here. Nice bit of so we've got some good correlations here. Positive correlation between GC and 6E, which is normal behavior, which is good. A GC and ES, negative correlation, again, normal behavior, the same with gold and ZB. So got some good sort of intercorrelations there between the gold and what I look at. We haven't got sector rotation here, but we are sort of slowing down on that move with move down, the tariff move, if you like. But I'm looking at probably straddle here. I'm going to be actually aggressive. Solid. Okay. Had a really good day today, so let's be aggressive. So what will happen is if this comes in short, that stop market buy order will be my stop loss. Okay, I won't need to put one on because that will, I'm selling one contract. So in reality, if it comes back, it will buy that one contract back and will be all more square. So okay, might just tiptoe me in here, but we'll see. So anyway, I'm going to let that run. Move that onto another screen out of the way. Okay. So what I wanted to do today is I usually do gold and copper and all that sort of stuff. So I wanted to use the range breakout automated strategy builder and develop a sort of optimized strategy for ES for a change. Some because I did just recently did I think yesterday I was live in the Discord and I did oil on the slingshot. So now what I'm looking for is doing a bit of a range breakout, but doing some indexes for a change. So let's give it a go. Right. So what I've done is set up some basic parameters first. So one of the things really, with a range breakout, the strategy is to measure the first 15 minutes for indexes, usually, of that open. So 9:30 to 9:45 is when we get a hell of a lot of volume and we can define that range. And then we can trade out of that range given the biases, if there's any support and resistance and all that sort of stuff. So it's a great strategy. It does very well. The gold strategy this year alone has been phenomenal. Okay, really, really good. We've had a couple of break-evens, and one trade was 430 ticks. Okay, another trade was 130 ticks, and then we just had a couple of break-evens. So it's not something that's exciting that trades 2 or 3 times a day. It may only trade 2 or 3 times a month, but when it happens, it's really, really good. So what I'm going to do is just go through some basic settings that I've put together, like default settings, if you like. So let's pull that up. So first of all, I am going to just disable this for a minute so you can see it more clearly. So there's 4 strategies for the range breakout. We're only going to concentrate on 2 of those today, which is that initial opening range. Excuse me while I just modify that trading stop on euro US dollar. The opening range trade. We're going to miss the straddle trades today. We're going to miss the reversals and we're just going to do a continuation trade. I'm going to explain what continuation trade is when I go through there. So some basic settings. So when I have that first initial opening range, the very next candle has to take me in the trade. So that maximum bars after opening 1 is what I want. I don't want it to trigger on candle 2, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. I need it to define the range, then go. You've got to blow out and it's got to go. If it doesn't do that, it just cancels anything. It won't just take that order. Minimum range, so I need it to go at least 20 ticks. I don't want too narrow a range, otherwise we can get a little bit scrappy going all over the place and it take us out of stops and things like that. I mean, that's for now. I've just put a default setting there. Maximum range 100 ticks, maybe a little large, but I've got to start somewhere with indexes. Minimum required heat map 6. I've got to have 6 out of 6, otherwise not interested in the trade. Okay. Minimum risk to reward 161% to the next Guardian zone, very important. But also that is to any other. If I was using the London Open as well, it would be to a risk reward to that next range as well. 1 quantity. I've got the buffer on -1. I want to stop market order. Entry offset 1, stop loss offset 2. And these are the important bits here. Stop loss up triggers. So at 30 ticks, it's going to be risk free. I'm going to lock in 5. When I go through 75, it's going to lock in 50. When I go through 150, it's going to lock in 100. The exit mode's a confirmation mode, and I'll look for an example of one of those to show you what confirmation mode is. There's a choice in there to go target or confirmation. I prefer confirmation modes. Yeah, opening range has already gone today. That's why I'm doing this now, because it's less volatile. What happens after 150? That's when our confirmation mode comes in, or it hits a, you see where exit on guardian zones? It'll exit on a guardian zone touch. Okay. So what will happen is with a confirmation type strategy, it uses the ribbon from the manager for a confirmation type strategy. And I'll show you an example of that. Yeah, when I go live, I'll change the buffer to 2 or 3, depending. But for purposes of optimization and back testing, you've got to have the buffer on -1. Okay, so and it's the same sort of settings for continuation trade, but with the continuation trade, I'll show you an example in a minute. I usually allow 3 bars after the signal candle to go in, but pretty much else is pretty much the same. So with Ninja Trader, we need the time of the closing candle. Okay, so that's 9:45 on a 15-minute candle. And that's the only session I'm going to do today. The heat map parameters is on day trading, and currently I have the 15 and the 30-minute guardian zones on there. Okay, 15 and the 30-minute. 60 minutes disabled, but I could change that. I'm going to show previous zones by default because I want to, when I'm going through that, I want to make sure I understand why some trades weren't taken, so I need visibility of when those zones were. Okay. Yes, the gold short is in. So let me just click OK there for a second. So the gold short is in here. That now becomes the stop. So what I'm going to do is I might just make sure I've not been faked. But if I've been faked, I am going to go, I'm going to double down just after there at 2946.4, 2946.4. So what I've done is, if I was faked into this, which I don't think I was, I'll double down if the stop gets taken out and I'll go 2 contracts long. I just need to change that stop limit. That's limit then to 2. And we said that was 2968.4, 2968.4, 2968.3. And that's a sell. Just want to make sure that's all done. No. Okay. Let's just let that play out for a little bit. Okay, let's activate this. So the strategies. Takes a little while to calculate. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is look at the performance report here. I'll do that if it goes in. I could always, I can do that when it goes in. It's not a problem, Barry. Yeah. So performance report. So right off the bat with some default settings, it's a profitable strategy. In 90 days, it's had 15 trades, 66% win rate, not good enough for me. Max drawdown isn't bad, $1,000 on an index. Profit factor 2.84, it's all looking pretty good. But there's some sort of big improvements I can make, and some of those will be visual to begin with. So what I want to do is just go and find some of those trades. And I also, one of the biggest things is I'm a very visual trader. So it doesn't matter if I'm running automatically. When I'm looking at this, I need to see why trades didn't go in. Is there something that I could have done to help that go in? Was it the right decision for it to not take the trade and all that sort of thing? So all I got to do first is just going to go visually and look at some of these. For example, this trade here was 6 out of 6, but we're right in the 30-minute zones. If I take the 30-minute zones off, we can see that trade would have been taken in. Where's the 15-minute zones? Oh, because I'm on the 15. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let me just get that performance report back in again. I'm just going to export that to a spreadsheet, okay? That's my starting point. Because what I want to do initially is I am just going to go right, so we're on the 15-minute, so I'm just going to discontinue that on the there. But what I am going to do, I'm just going to disable the 30. I just want to go up a bit higher, go to the 60-minute. Okay. About finding the ones that don't get in the way and get pushed through regularly, but the ones that keep you safe. That's the word guardian, in guardian zones. Okay, so we see that particular trade that I talked about there, with which the 30-minute didn't let it in. There's trades there. Okay, but what I do is just quick look at the performance report to see if by changing that from 60 to 30, there we go, 7,199. Profit factor of 4.4. Max drawdown still the same. We're at 73% win rate now. So we are better off just by sort of recognizing the 30-minute zone probably wasn't the right thing. It's probably too close to the 15. So what I'm going to do is export that. That's my new starting point, if you like. I mean, that's a pretty good strategy on its own. Not even optimized it yet. So I'm going to go back to the beginning and I'm going to just take a look at what's been going off and look at those trades to see where we are. So that's the first trade there. So this was a continuation trade. I'll explain what a continuation trade is. So this range that we form at the beginning is very, very strong. Okay, it can act as support and resistance, but when it's broken, what's a continuation? So this breaks out, it hits that 60-minute zone. Freaky, this, isn't it? Then it comes back down, and then we get a candle close inside the range. Okay, the range is colored red, so the bias of the range is bearish. We then have all 6 time frames red, or we go short. It takes it as it breaks out down there. Now, remember our stop loss adjusts. This has taken the one out there, so let's just measure that one here. So that's our 50 tick one. So we went through 75 and we go 50 tick. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to be looking at straight away is just make sure where we actually were before that hit. Yeah, 86 there. Whoops. We actually went 130, so that's 75 is this candle here. Okay, and then obviously we opened, nipped up, came back down again. So were we too aggressive on that 75 to 50? Okay. Could we go sort of like 85 and then go 60? So we get a little bit more in. So this is just one instance, but what I need to do is look at that one instance and does it make a difference? So bear with me, guys. I'm running these confluence strategies at the moment on forex, and the third trade of the week is in with euro US dollar, and so I'm just running these trials right now. So I just need to every 12 minutes update this trading stop there. So I think I'm going to adjust that second stop loss adjust. Okay, remember I've got this start point here. What I'm after is trying to eke out a little bit more profit on these continuation trades and not do it until 85, but then do 60. Yeah. Right. So I'm just going to go back to the strategy. Go to continuation trades, not opening range. Down the bottom here. And so we had so I'm going to go 85. And I'm actually going to go quite aggressive at 70. I'm actually going to, if we do get a really big runner here, I do want to be a little bit more. So 85, I'm going to leave that there where it is right now. Okay. So let's just hit that and have a look. It's fine adjustments with some reasonably simple default settings on ES for that opening range. It's a profitable strategy anyway. But what I want to do is just then we've got to fine tune it. We've got to take some of those losers out, and we'll do that in a little while. So we've gone from 7,199 to 7,699. The max drawdown hasn't increased, and we're still at 73. So all we've done is increase profit. We've not reduced any of the loss or anything like that. Average losing trade is 529. Average winning trade is 829. We're already on the right side of that. Max consec winners 4, max consec losers 1. Loving that. That is really good. We do need to reduce our max drawdown, but right now I just need to export this. And that's now, I've made one change, made it better, so I'm just going to move on. $240 in profit on that gold short. I think I'm probably going to wait until it goes through about 35 ticks before I make it risk free. It's at 27 now. Okay, so let's go and let's look for another trade and see if we can learn visually what happened. So here we didn't get in that trade. That 60-minute was in the way. One thing that I'm thinking of combining here is the Zone Trader Pro. So Zone Trader Pro would actually take this short trade when it broke that 60-minute there, and then it would trade all the way down to the next zone. Okay, so one thing that we can do is optimize a strategy on the 60-minute time frame to help us with trades that we miss because it actually pushed through and went hell for leather. But that's just something to keep in mind right now. So let's just look for another trade. There's another winner. It's a short. That's a really great move. So what happened here is so the green EMA was below the blue EMA when we got the signal. Okay, that means we're in confirmation mode. But what happened with this really big rejection at this point here, you can see the green goes above the blue. That's a confirmation exit. Okay, that's the safety. Usually the confirmation mode, we get it running like this, where they move apart and we get a really good move. But this was a massive move. We got the big rejection there, so that was a good trade. I don't think there's anything we could do to actually make that any better. So I'm going to move on. Wow, that's a long trade. So this is a continuation trade. Okay, so we've just gone through 35 ticks on gold short now. Make almost 40. So what I'm going to do is just get that. I'm going to cancel that.
Order cancel.
I am going to bring that down here to where are we? 30.9 was the entry, 30.5, 30.7. Okay, that's now risk-free. I can cancel that.
Order cancel.
So now we're risk-free on this trade. It's acting as I thought it would. Whether it's got the juice to get through this pivot, I don't know. This is why I choose 35 ticks, because it's before this pivot. I'm risk-free. I've got nothing to lose on this trade now. So just leave it. Okay. I've lost my mouse. There it is. Okay. Right, so this was up and down like a yo-yo. What I need to do is, again, this is continuation. Remember we adjusted that second stop loss adjust to 85 ticks. And what's happened on this particular case is it's gone to 27. Not gone very far at all, has it really? But we gave it chance to run. It didn't run, and he didn't lose any money. He just didn't run, so it wasn't. You can't really mitigate anything like that. Now we do have a loser here. So one of the things we're going to look at when we look at these losers is, first of all, we're going to measure this opening range. What size was it? 31 ticks. That's actually quite small for ES. There's actually not a lot I could do about that. We could probably optimize it out with days of the week, but we'll look at that in a little while. What you got to expect is that there will not be a 100% win rate. Okay. You've got to accept some losses to get some of the gains. So let's just look for another trade. There's another one. This one, again, another continuation trade. Didn't quite make the grade, but he didn't lose money. And that's what that stop loss adjust for, is to make it risk-free. So that's working very, very well there. So this particular trade here, this is orange. So this would have been a straddle trade, but we're not going to talk about that today because it gets a little bit more complex. We did get a loser here. Let's have a look at this. Some news data came out there. Again, this is data. So this is a 10. This is PMI data. Okay, so this is a 10 a.m. data, and this is reversed here. So one thing that you would look at when looking at this is that if you've got PMI coming out 15 minutes after the opening range starts, you would probably just, on auto entries here, if it was live, for example, you just click on there, so you wouldn't take a trade on that particular day because there's going to be a lot of volatility. So let's move on. No, see there's signals here, but no trades. These close in, but it doesn't break down to the bottom end. Okay. There was a trade. No, there wasn't a trade here. That was green. It was looking for the long. It didn't take the long. Okay. Look for another trade. Another continuation trade that didn't run. That's fine. It's risk-free. I'm quite happy with that. Continuation trade did make a little bit of profit here. That first stop loss adjust. There was a massive rejection there. Now we got a mega trade. This is what we're looking for. Okay. It exited on the Guardian zones. Okay. So you've got to remember, guys, these Guardian zones took me a year to develop. I'd been trading them manually and putting the confluence of them together for over 15 years before this came on. This is what happens. Look at the 60-minute zone. The buy orders come in. Why? Because I'm using institutional knowledge to build these, because that's what I used to do. So the idea is you exit on the Guardian Zone touch. This move was massive, okay? 498 ticks. You only need one every 90 days. Okay? That's a pretty good move. So all those ones that you get those little bits, and you're getting those break evens and everything like that. What you're looking for is the runner, okay? And that's what you got. Green was below the blue, so it's a confirmation strategy, and the green never goes back up above the blue. We hit the Guardian Zone and it takes the profit. Got a little loser here the day before. Nothing we could do there. Nice big winner here. See, this is a continuation trade that did very, very well. And this move was 70 ticks. Okay, so let's just go back on our settings for that confirmation and have a look at that. Our continuation trade. So that's our 85.70 there, okay? So I don't want to adjust that at all, but I want to see how far this goes from 85. Because this is the first big run I've seen on the continuation trade. So not a lot of them have run to the 150 ticks or whatever. So I might bring that third one down a little bit. So that was the entry. Where are we here? 141. So if we went, I don't know, 130 and then put that very tight at 115, because you don't want to give too much away when you get to that sort of stage. Bear with me, just got to adjust the stop loss on that forex trade again. It's been 12 minutes. So I'm going to change that. Remember, I've got my latest performance report to the side. So I'm just going to go to strategies here. And on the continuation trades, where are we? I'm going to go 135, 120. Really tight. Actually, I'm going to leave that. Leave that off. I'm not a fan. Let's just see how that goes for now. Click apply. Stalled at that short-term support, that gold. We're at 30 ticks profit right now. I'm not going to adjust the stop. It's risk-free, so just let it run, do its thing. Nope, not loaded up. It's taking its time. Just take it off and try again. I got a lot running at the moment. There we go. So I only ever show when I'm putting these together one contract versions, okay? It doesn't matter that I personally trade multiple contract versions. No, not many people are in that situation, so I just don't even do it, okay? Show you the main way to go. Okay. Did I make those changes? I'm sure I did. I'll just check it again. go down to continuation. 35120. Right, so it just we got tipped out on that one beforehand at 85, so there's nothing I can do there now. That must have just tipped us out at 85 and gone through down here. So I'm just going to leave that because I've only got half an hour left. We did get a loser there. I'm going to go to the next section in a minute. That's a break even. That's a break even. Okay, no more trades. Let's go back to the beginning. I'm going to go to the performance report now. I'm going to go to analysis, entry time. Okay. I'm going to take out all the European session, really. Just see if there's a day of the week when it's not being Friday. What a surprise. But I'm just going to take out that European session to begin with. Okay, it's got some losing clusters here. I just want to get rid of the risk there and just start it from, say, 9 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. I'm just going to go to strategies and just take out that European morning and the Asian morning. So I'm going to just scroll down until we get to here, trading sessions mode. So I'm going to go all days for now. And then I'm going to go 9 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Okay. Just change one thing. Gold's going nowhere. That's because Europe's knocked off. Oh, we said that. It's just gone through 40 ticks. There we go. Can it push any further? We'll see. Okay, let's have a look. Just by getting rid of that European morning and some of those little crappy trades that were basically giving us losing clusters. So we've gone from 7,699 to 8,258. We've got almost a 77% win rate. Max drawdown still not being affected here. So what I need to do is now I'm going to see if there's a day of the week where this is just not performing now, taking those bid out. So Friday, what a surprise. Okay, Friday, no bueno. So what I can do now on the strategies, and go down to here and I can go select days. So I can go Sunday, 9 a.m. to Thursday, 8:30 p.m. We just said Fridays was crappy. Yeah. And why is Fridays crappy? You get data on Fridays, very whippy. To be honest, for a long time, I always did a long weekend and never trade on a Friday. Yeah. So let's see what that's done. one of the things I wanted to do was basically get that max drawdown lower, and that's the main priority for me right there. Max drawdown is at 1,025. It's not bad for ES, but I think we can get it better. So let's have a look. Okay, we're now at 9,199, and the max drawdown is 616. Max consecutive winners 9, max consecutive losers 1. 12 trades in 90 days, 91% win rate. Who'd take that? Okay. That is optimized already, I think. One thing I want to do is just save this template because I'm going to share it with the guys that have got this particular ASB. So I'm just going to go to strategies a second. Go to template, save, ES RBO version 5.3, 15 min, ES with 1 contract. Today's date is the 5th March 25. Save. Okay. So I'm going to put this in while I remember. So we've got a Google Drive, and in the range breakout, I am going to so in the Ninja Trader, templates, strategy, range breakouts, going at ES, and just drag and drop that into our Google Drive, and then let everybody know on Discord. ES RBO template in folder. Job's done. So what I want to do now, I just want to play with this a little bit. Just re-enable it a minute. Euro US dollar trade is going well, guys. Over 200 bucks locked in profit on the trading stock now. While that's calculating, the trade that I'm doing live with you guys is now at 45 ticks. Manager ribbon's gone red. I really don't like this slightly lower lows here. This could turn around at any minute, so I'm not going to adjust anything right now. I'm just going to give it some room to breathe. We've got this short-term support here, which seems to be holding. We've gone absolutely neutral on these indexes. Just looks like the indexes want to turn around, actually. So you know, at this moment in time, I'm not going to lose any money. I just want to give it enough room to breathe to see if this pullback is low volume and it comes back down again. The main thing is it's risk-free. And some of you in Discord have actually seen me play the data plays on gold using the Guardian zones, just the Guardian zones and the Trading Buddy. And I think I made 500 bucks in less than 2 minutes the other day when I was live with you guys. So on Discord, so that was pretty cool. Right. So one thing that we can do here is, you know, this is an optimized strategy. But what I wanted to look at was some of these instances here where this comes through here and pushes down, and this is a trade that we should not be able to miss. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to duplicate that tab in a new tab on ES on the 15-minute, and then I am going to put on the strategies, I'm going to go for the Zone Trader Pro. I'm not interested in the reversals. I'm going to disable that, because we saw from that, if we've got an opening range literally sitting on top of a zone, we can't trade that opening range because there's just too much support. But if it breaks through that support, that's what we're interested in. So I'm not invested in that in the reversal. I'm more interested in the continuation on aggressive. I'll just put that at -1 for now. And then max bars after signal, probably going to go 5 on this one. So we'll probably go 5 out of 6 on the heat map. Minimum risk 20, maximum risk 50 is fine. Risk reward to the next Guardian Zone 161 is good. Minimum figure for 30, that's good. And quantity 1. Exit next Guardian Zone, next zone quantity 1, max fib 500. I won't go into all these settings now. Exit 0. Okay, they're good. I just want the 60 on here, remember? So I need it to be able to allow entry from one non-native time zone. So this is built around confluence, but what we have is the opportunity to just use one, and we've got the 60. Okay. So that's just. So in this situation, I would probably use it more with right. So that's that trade there. Okay, remember we've got the range breakout. That's the trade all the way down to that. So it actually hit the 500% target limit. So I can change some of those. So one of the things with this is if I've got the range breakout here, okay, let's go back to that other trade. Remember, rejection just on this one, hammer, and then that one there. There's that hammer. There's that thing. Freaky that. Managed to go through the chart and find the exact same trade. See patterns. So what we could do, this is a situation where I'm watching, and I know it's not going to take this trade in. But if it does push down, I'm interested in this move. So with this one, this could be semi-automatic. When this is happening, I know I'm not going to take the range breakout. I enable that for shorts only and disable the longs. I'm interested in this move down only, though I have got to do some work on this because this does take, so the fib extension is done from the top of the zone to the entry. And that's gone 500%. So what we're going to do is just increase that target limit a little bit so it hits the next target zone. So let's just go on that strategy. The idea is combining. So range breakout is all about supports and resistances in that opening range, and that does act as opening as support and resistance. But you can see there are instances where it just smashes through that support. So we want to be able to pick that up with the Zone Trader Pro. So it's a very good complementary. So we are on Zone Trader Pro. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So I just want to increase that max fib to say 1,000%. I want to exit on the next Guardian Zone. That's already done. Let's click apply. So this is going to be almost semi-automated with those breakthroughs, if you like. There you go, look, all the way down, to that point and it hits the next guardian zone. Look what happens at the guardian zones, comes back up and trades again. This would be that what we call the reversal strategy. I haven't got time to go into that today because I've got 10 minutes because it's coming up to sort of 10 to 10 p.m. here. But the idea is you can then, what institutions do is they will sell coming down through here and they'll put the buy orders in at this point. You can see the rejection at this point here. Buy orders are starting to come in, comes all the way back up to that zone again. Okay, and this is why I developed the Zone Trader Pro to help with those types of things. So we're through 50 ticks now on that gold short, guys, through 50 ticks. I'm just going to let the current candle close. If it closes well, I will manage it 2 candles behind, and I'll show you that in a minute. But the idea with this is, for me, what I'm thinking of is you need to be present, but scenario is we've got a range forming between 2 big 60-minute zones. This will not take the trade because of the support, but let's switch to Zone Trader Pro, enable it before that opening range, and then if it does push down through, we get the trade, it comes all the way down to there. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. It's about being selective. Okay. Let's just go back on there a second. Okay, I'm showing you the last 90 days on gold range breakout. It's only done 12 trades. It's made $56,000. Okay, this is me trading with more contracts than one. But it's only done 12 trades in 90 days. This is the one I've shown on through the Discord group when it does take the trades, and they are frigging massive. Okay. And it's the same with the S, it's the same with any instrument. But getting that additional Zone Trader Pro moves gives us more. You know, this, whatever this move was, what was this move? Let's measure it, shall we? 182 ticks. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yes, Zone Trader Pro is particularly suited to those US indexes. Okay. So any questions really on the range breakout? It's a really great strategy. If you're after excitement, don't get it. It's not about trading every single day. It's about, so remember, this doesn't trade Fridays because I've optimized it out. It's about getting the right set of circumstances to get those trades. And this particular, in the last 90 days, has only traded 12 times. It's made $9,000. Okay. So it's about quality, not quantity, when you're optimizing these particular strategies. You really don't need to have that many trades. I've showed you on the gold, okay? This is the gold. Bring that over here, okay? I disabled it because I've actually got this trade, but there's no trades that this will take right now. So this doesn't take many trades, okay? I'm going to show you some of the monster trades it does take, though. Okay, there's one. I think that was 130 ticks. Okay, up to the next Guardian zone. Now, people say these are just zones, they're just lines on a chart. This zone came from quite a while ago. Look what happened. It was respected and came back down and touched the range breakout and went back up again. Okay. This is not freaky stuff. It's confluence, not coincidence, as the book says. Okay. That was a reasonably good trade, but yes, I've had a loser in there. This was the big trade. No, that wasn't a big trade. What was the biggie? There it is. All the way through to the session close, look. 430 ticks, that one. Really big trade, okay? See, again, it's not about the quality of trades. It really is. Sorry, the quantity. It's about the quality and the optimization. So the green was above the blue when this went in, and the green stayed above the blue all the way to the session close, and it closed it out for the profit. So let me just push that forward again, and this is where we are there. So let's bring the chart I'm using to trade. So one of the things I cover in the price action volume in the xBrat Academy essential module is looking for these slightly lower lows, okay? This is running out of juice right now. It needs a catalyst to push it down. If this candle had closed near the lows, I would be more inclined to go just above the high of this candle, 2 candles behind, to lock in whatever that is, okay? But that rejected. I just need to give it room. I need to be patient, purely because there's not a lot of volume coming in here right now. I'm neutral on all of the confluences, the correlations here right now. No more data coming in. This is pure sort of behavior now. Again, this short-term support has held to the tick. It needs some more volume to come down. So I'm just prepared to give this 35 ticks of fresh air to do what it wants to do. Yeah, some could say, right, I'll flatten this now. I'll take 350 bucks, 360 bucks profit. I'm happy with that. But if when you come to the chart the next day, it's gone all the way down here and made 100 ticks, you will be kicking yourself, okay? The idea is I ain't going to lose any money right now, okay? I've had a really good trading day with the roller coaster and the Zone Trader Pro trading while I was on the golf course, okay? I made my money while I was playing golf. This would be a great bonus, but I need to give it room to be that bonus. And again, I'm just going to adjust that trading stop on that Euro US dollar trade now to $235 locked in profit now. Okay. So with this one, this is a confluence trade, and these are the trials to do with the app that I'm developing this year for the Confluence app. You see all these dev lines and everything like that. We did have some mega trades on a couple of forex pairs a couple of days ago, and the idea is now this is $235 in profit locked in. Currently sitting at $463. One of the things that we're at the moment is trying to build a logic to, when I talked about in that ASB, we talked about the confirmation or strategy. So what I want to build into the app logic is we see that this is green as we get all of these signals come from the different charts for the different strategies. If that's green, I want to switch to the confirmation strategy, which would mean we actually just make it risk-free and we wait until this green turns red, okay? Bit like that confirmation strategy on the ASBs, because this then allows for those pullbacks, okay? Okay. Whoa, there she blows, okay? Really, really strong move down now. So I'm going to go 2 candles behind now. We're through 70 ticks, 2928.7. I'm going to adjust the stop, locking in some profit. Okay, broken this. That's the now. This has got to close. This candle's really got to close. Okay, because if this rejects here, it's probably going to come back and test. So what we got left on this candle, we got 4 minutes. Just turn red. So I've got the manager on here. So that means there's more volume coming to this candle. There's more sellers. than these previous candles. So this is a good sign. And this is what the xBrat manager is all about. It's understanding the behavior whilst you're in a trade. So we're what, 67 ticks profit now, 70 ticks, so 700 bucks. This thing's flying. Is there any sort of major support that could come into effect here? We've got some big rejections at this point. This is where we are right now. This is good. It's approaching those with volume. It just doesn't need to reject. Okay. We're going through nearly 78 ticks now, 75 ticks. What we got left on this candle? Countdown that counts there. So we've got 2.5 minutes left, which is the top of the hour. There comes that rejection. We've still got time left on this candle. There's a bit of profit taking there on those shorts. It's happened before, and then it turns around. Let's wait for the candle to close. We've already locked in whatever that is, 28, so to 29, not a lot, 22 ticks, but it's okay. What we got left, just under 2 minutes left on this candle now. Don't like this rejection of those lows at the moment. So 50% retracement there. We do need to push down a little bit. We're actually into the New York gold pit open range. If I bring that over, this is what's causing the issue right now. As I said before, these ranges are very strong. And this is where we are right now, guys. Okay, so this is the New York gold pit open. Okay, had a nice move down to there. It's come back up, and now we're actually trying to break through the bottom of this range. So these opening ranges act as I would say support and resistance, okay, because they're very recent. There's a lot of action going off in that opening range there, and you see how it's rejected right to the tick, that bottom opening range, okay. And this is why combining them is very, very important. Understanding that behavior is very important. We've got 30 seconds left on this candle. This is a 618 retracement now, probably a 786. Let's see how it goes. What I can do is be more aggressive once this candle closes now, because I've started on the aggressive route to go down to 29828.1. I'm going to do that right now because it's going to close. So I'm just above the high of 2 candles because this candle is going to close in 8 seconds. Okay. Once I start down the aggressive route, I can't go back. Yeah. So that's where we are. Okay. We now have to let it do its thing. Don't like that rejection at all. That, you know, it's got high volume rejection. This is probably going to come back up and test. So it'll just hopefully just take that profit at that point. I don't know. Not got a crystal ball. There she goes. Okay. Not always right, but I'm never wrong. That's what I tell my kids anyway. If I ever doubted myself, I wouldn't be trading still. Right, I should be finishing now, guys, but I'm just going to let this play out to see if it takes us out on this particular candle. There she goes. I'm going to cancel that order now, make sure I don't get okay. So that was okay. Good day. It didn't run, but we gave it a go. The logic was sound. Okay. I basically used that reversal logic on the Zone Trader Pro, where it comes in, it doesn't make it through, runs out of juice, comes back down and go again. Probably the wrong time of day to get a real big runner because we're later on in the day. You always get lower volume if there's no more data and Europe's closed up for the day because there's a lot less traders. But nonetheless, it was a $300 trade. It was okay. I do go live and trade occasionally. I did one the other day for data using this same trading buddy, the Guardian zones, and it worked very well. So yeah, I'm actually the emails have been going out a lot. I'm 4:30 p.m. EST. I'm actually appearing live on the NinjaTrader ecosystem. Gary will be sending out reminder emails again. But that's actually 1:30 a.m. Friday morning for me. So I'm staying up late to do that presentation. And it's all going to be about operational landscape, using how to really utilize this trading buddy to great effect. And to be honest, that's what I used today. I understood what the correlations were doing. I understood where the catalysts were for these moves and how everything works well together. Okay. So that's that. So the Euro US dollar trade still going well. I'll probably just leave this because I'm going to bed now. It's got profit locked in, and I'll just let it run overnight and see what it does in the morning. No great shakes there. Any questions before I go, guys? I'm going to go grab a shower and go to bed. I've got golf again in the morning, so hopefully some more trades. Thanks, guys. Thank you for all turning up. It was really good. The recording will be available tomorrow because once I stop this, it takes time to render and all that sort of stuff. So watch out for it tomorrow.